Welcome back. It is July 2025. Temperatures are breaking records. Rivers are drying up. Fires are raging. In 2025, Europe is boiling literally. Is this just a hot summer? Or are we finally witnessing the terrifying reality of climate doomsday predictions coming true? From Madrid to Munich, from Rome to Rotterdam, cities across Europe are experiencing heat waves never seen before. Scientists warned. Climate activists warned us. And now the warnings seem to be becoming our reality. In this video, we explore why 2025 could be a turning point for Europe and the planet. 2025 was supposed to be different. We all hoped that by now we would have made significant progress in tackling climate change. Yet here we are enduring one of the most extreme summers on record. Dozens of cities across Europe have reported temperatures above 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Southern France recorded its hottest day in history. In the picturesque town of Tours, the temperature reached a staggering 44.9 degrees Celsius, shattering the previous record of 47 degrees set in 2003. Can you imagine the impact on a region so renowned for its vineyards? What does this record-breaking heat mean for the future of French wine? In Italy, a different kind of crisis is unfolding. Agricultural crops are dying in the fields. The relentless sun is scorching the land, leaving farmers with a future as dry as their parched fields. This isn't just about economic laws. This is about food security. Olives, grapes, and other crops that form the backbone of the Mediterranean diet are withering away under the unforgiving sun. It's a disheartening sight that reflects a grim reality. And as we move across Europe, the story is much the same. In Spain, hospitals are grappling with an influx of patients suffering from heat stroke. Emergency rooms are overwhelmed, struggling to cope with the rising number of people affected by the extreme heat. The sweltering temperatures are taking a toll on public health, posing a serious challenge to healthcare systems not equipped to deal with such a large-scale crisis. But amidst this grim scenario, there is a glimmer of hope. Europe is known for its resilience, its ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity. As the continent reels from the impact of the scorching heat, it is also taking steps to address the issue. Plans are being made to tackle the immediate challenges posed by the heat wave, but also to implement long-term solutions that will help mitigate the effects of future heat waves. The focus is on creating sustainable and resilient cities, investing in renewable energy sources, and promoting responsible water usage. These measures, while not providing immediate relief from the sweltering heat, are crucial for securing a better future for Europe and its citizens. Let us take a closer look at some of the key ways in which Europe is responding to the unprecedented heat wave. First and foremost, there is an urgent need to protect public health. As temperatures soar, it is vital to ensure the well-being of the citizens. This involves setting up cooling centers, especially for vulnerable groups like the elderly and children, and raising public awareness about coping mechanisms during extreme heat. Additionally, healthcare systems are being stretched to their limits. This sudden influx of heat stroke patients requires immediate attention. Hospitals are mobilizing additional resources to handle the crisis effectively. Medical professionals are working tirelessly to provide care to those affected by the heat wave, but it's not just about immediate relief. Europe is also taking proactive steps to adapt to the changing climate. This includes investing in green infrastructure, such as parks and green roofs, to help mitigate the urban heat island effect. Furthermore, there is a growing emphasis on diversifying energy sources, reducing dependence on fossil fuels, and embracing renewable alternatives like solar and wind power. These long-term strategies are essential for building resilience against future heat waves and ensuring a sustainable future for the continent. It's important to acknowledge that while these measures are being taken, they might not be enough to fully counteract the impacts of the severe heat wave. The situation is dire and the challenges are immense. However, it is through collective action, innovation, and a commitment to creating a sustainable future that Europe can navigate through this crisis and build a better, more resilient tomorrow. As we delve deeper into the science behind the relentless heat grip of Europe, a chilling truth emerges. The continent is warming at a rate twice as fast as the global average. This alarming trend points to a stark reality. Europe is disproportionately experiencing the adverse effects of climate change, making it one of the most climate-vulnerable regions worldwide. The scientific community had long predicted this alarming trajectory, and now it is manifesting right before our eyes. The implications are profound, underscoring the urgency for immediate action. Several factors are contributing to this alarming trend. One significant cause is the weakening of the polar jet stream. This phenomenon, driven by rising temperatures, has resulted in a breakdown of the traditional weather patterns that once defined Europe's climate. Consequently, hot air masses that were previously confined to lower latitudes are now finding their way into the continent, leading to prolonged and more intense heat waves. Furthermore, the urban heat island effect is exacerbating the situation in densely populated areas. As cities continue to expand and absorb more heat than rural surroundings, they become trapped heat sinks, further contributing to the scorching temperatures. But why is this happening now? The answer lies in the cumulative impact of human activities over the years. The increased levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, primarily due to the burning of fossil fuels, have trapped more heat, leading to a gradual warming of the planet. Deforestation also plays a significant role as trees absorb carbon dioxide, mitigating the greenhouse effect. Yet rampant deforestation has led to a reduction in this vital carbon sink, further accelerating climate change. As the science becomes increasingly clear, the responsibility to act now falls on us. The choices we make today will determine the severity of the challenges we face tomorrow. If immediate action is not taken to curb greenhouse gas emissions and implement sustainable practices, the situation in Europe could worsen, serving as a harbinger of what lies ahead for the rest of the world. The consequences of inaction are too grave to contemplate, and so the call to action is clear. We must embrace sustainable practices, hold polluters accountable, and demand systemic change to safeguard the future of our planet. Yet amidst this daunting reality, there is a silver lining. Europe has the opportunity to lead the way in transitioning to a sustainable future. By investing in renewable energy, promoting energy efficiency, and adopting environmentally friendly practices, Europe can not only reduce its own carbon footprint, but also inspire other regions to follow suit. Furthermore, international cooperation is crucial to address the global nature of climate change. By working collaboratively, sharing best practices, and providing support to developing nations, Europe can play a pivotal role in mitigating climate change on a global scale. The heat wave gripping Europe is a stark reminder of the urgency of climate action. The continent is warming at an alarming rate, experiencing the adverse effects of climate change. Disproportionately, factors such as the weakening polar jet stream and the urban heat island effect are exacerbating the situation. The root causes lie in the increased levels of greenhouse gases and deforestation. While the challenges are immense, Europe has the opportunity to lead the way in transitioning to a sustainable future. By embracing renewable energy, promoting energy efficiency, and fostering international cooperation, Europe can not only safeguard its own future, but also pave the way for a sustainable future for the entire planet. The scorching heat sweeping across Europe raises a profound question. Are we on the brink of witnessing the climate collapse that scientists have long predicted? Or is this a wake-up call that humanity can still avert disaster? The alarming surge in temperature, the drying up of rivers, and the raging fires serve as grim reminders of the consequences of unchecked climate change. It is undeniable that the planet's delicate balance is tipping towards the brink. The melting glaciers in the Italian Alps and the devastating wildfires in Greece and Spain are not isolated incidents. They are symptoms of a larger crisis that threatens the very fabric of our planet. The signs have been evident for years. Yet humanity has remained largely indifferent. We have continued to emit greenhouse gases at alarming rates, depleting the ozone layer and disrupting the delicate equilibrium that sustains life. However, amidst this bleak scenario, there is a flicker of hope. The scientific community has long sounded the alarm, issuing dire warnings about the consequences of our actions. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has consistently projected a future of rising sea level, extreme weather events, and mass extinctions if we fail to curb our emission. Yet despite these warnings, we have largely failed to heed their message. The current heat wave gripping Europe should serve as a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the urgency of the situation. It is a pivotal moment for humanity to confront the reality of climate change and take decisive action. The path forward requires nothing short of a global revolution. We must transition to sustainable energy sources, reduce our carbon footprint, and adopt eco-friendly practices. The alternative is a future marred by ecological disaster and untold suffering. The consequences of our inaction are already being felt. Drier crops, water scarcity, and extreme weather events are just the beginning. As temperatures continue to rise, we can expect more frequent and intense heat waves, droughts, and floods. Entire ecosystems are at risk of collapse, threatening the very foundations of our food and water security. Yet amidst this daunting reality, we must summon the courage to confront the crisis head-on. The time for complacency is over. We must demand accountability from our leader, urging them to prioritize climate action and implement bold measures to reduce emissions. We must invest in renewable energy, promote energy efficiency, and champion policies that protect our planet. Furthermore, we must recognize that the responsibility falls on each and every one of us. Simple changes in our daily lives, such as reducing, reusing, and recycling, conserving water, and supporting sustainable businesses can collectively make a significant impact. We must educate ourselves and our communities about the urgency of the situation and the steps we can take to make a difference. In conclusion, the searing heat gripping Europe serves as a stark reminder of the climate emergency we face. It is a wake-up call that the time for action is now. Let us seize this moment and commit to a future where humanity and nature thrive in harmony. Let us rise to the challenge, embrace sustainability, and secure a healthier planet for generations to come. Thank you for watching. What do you think? Is this the beginning of climate collapse? Or can we still change the outcome? Let us know in the comments. Share this video to spread awareness. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll keep uncovering the biggest stories shaping our future.